Hey there, Big Brother fans. We need to talk about why Cirie Fields needs to go on Big Brother, and we have a case for you. Most of us have seen Cirie play Survivor. If you're a CBS reality show fan, she was a great player and has been dubbed by many as the greatest player to never win the game.
Well, Survivor fans refer to Cirie as the best to never win. But after playing a masterfully deceptive game and taking home all the Traitors' prize money, her new nickname should be simply the best.
And that's why she is such a threat in the Big Brother house. It's crazy to me that the other house guests haven't really realized what kind of threat she is. She's so good. If they don't get her out now, she could walk away with everything. We're going to dig in. I've got some clips to show you of some of her other reality show appearances to show just what kind of killer she is. She is so good. Hey guys, if you haven't already though, please reach down, click subscribe. All right. So many fans think that Cirie isn't playing a very good game in BB25. I mean, I've seen comments, people saying all she does is sit around in a robe, kind of like Felicia does. But don't forget, mobsters like Al Capone and Tony Soprano sat around a lot in robes all day while having people taken out right and left. And Cirie did win comps on Survivor, but it was her social game that got her so deep into it. So just because she's not winning comps on Big Brother does not mean she isn't a threat. Think about this. Cirie came into the house with a huge target on her back, and then for a few weeks, she was running the house while sitting around and at a glance, not doing that much. But then people realized that she was running the house and still no one really wanted to evict her. She has people like Matt wrapped around her finger by playing the mother role with him. It's a tactic we saw her use on both Survivor and The Traitors. She'll befriend a young man, act like a mother figure, and then slit their throat ruthlessly. We're going to show you some video clips of her doing this in the past. I had actually almost forgotten the reasons why she's considered such a great player until I started kind of drafting this video I wanted to do and went looking at the clips of things that I remembered and refreshed my memory thoroughly. Cirie was the mastermind of some of the greatest moments on Survivor, including the all-time greatest blindside in all their seasons, and I'm going to show that to you. We're also going to show you why other reality stars like BB alum Cody Calafieri that have crossed paths with Cirie call her a backstabber.
Cirie does what Cirie does best, which is win the game and do what you got to do to win, which I respect. But at this point,
you put yourself out.
So stay tuned to see why Cirie is the only player in Survivor history to get a standing ovation after getting voted off the island. And that wasn't even her first standing ovation while playing Survivor. In this video, I'm going to show you why, at the moment, Cirie is the most experienced and dangerous player in the Big Brother 25 house. So Cirie started her run on Survivor on season 12 in Panama, and that was the Exile Island season. Cirie was a self-described couch potato. She had never done anything outdoors like camping or anything, and she won the hearts of many viewers and many other castaways because of her never give up style of gameplay. In one comp, everyone had finished except for Cirie. It was this really tough water challenge with swimming and balance beams while you were wet. It was crazy. And even though the challenge was over, the winners had already been identified, everybody else had completed it, Cirie was determined to finish. She kept trying and everybody stood there patiently. Jeff Probst said, go ahead, we're going to wait on you. And she eventually finished, and the entire set of castaways were all cheering her on when she finally got done with it. That is where she received her first Survivor standing ovation. So the bad thing about that challenge was that it kind of put an instant target on her back as the weakest player that was going to come in last in comps. And her tribe wanted to vote her out. But Cirie used her social skills and turned it all around. So as the weakest player, everyone actually followed her blindside plans. And the good thing about that challenge was it kind of established Cirie as a non-threat. That was a mistaken belief that would take out a lot of players that season on Survivor. There have been a lot of players that didn't win comps, but their social games moved them right to the top, players like Sandra Diaz-Twine. In fact, comp beasts are generally targeted and have trouble making it to the end. Look at Ozzy. In Survivor Cook Island, Ozzy was such a comp beast that he always had to win immunity challenges just to stay in the game. And in her first season of Survivor, Cirie used her social game to dominate and mastermind a lot of blindsides. Many fans still remember the plan that Cirie orchestrated to evict her closest ally, Courtney Merritt. Survivor fandom called it an unrivaled blindside, which would go down as one of the most influential and revolutionary moves the show has ever seen. And that's not even her most famous or most evil blindside. In Survivor Season 16, Fans versus Favorite, Cirie was part of an all-girls alliance called the Black Widow Brigade. Cirie's alliance was about to lose a member at Tribal after Eric Reichenbach won the immunity necklace. But Cirie devised a diabolical plan to convince Eric to give up his immunity necklace. It sounds crazy, but the way the plan was laid out, it made sense. Eric thought that he was joining a new alliance and he was giving up his necklace to build trust with that new alliance. Cirie used her social skills and talked to Eric kind of in a motherly way and explained to him why he should give up his immunity to prove something to her. So Eric actually gave away his necklace at Tribal, gave up his immunity, and Cirie stabbed him in the back, and the Ladies Alliance voted him out.
The women were running the game. The only thing standing in their way was superfan Eric Reichenbach.
Eric's guaranteed Final Four. He's walking around feeling high on life, and Cirie looks over at me and she goes,
I wonder if he was giving that his necklace. Probably not, huh?
No, we could. Could we do that?
I mean, I'll try it, but I'll say I talked to Cirie about it. She's down voting Amanda.
But I have to see him save you to believe that he'll vote Amanda because of all the stuff he's been saying. Perfect.
I had the most harebrained idea.
Harebrained. I can relate.
You give me your necklace.
I'm not even going to consider that. What is the problem with me keeping immunity and still voting Amanda?
Because I don't know if I would believe that you would vote Amanda.
Okay.
Cirie's role in this scenario is to talk to Eric like a mother would talk to a son. Eric, actions speak louder than words.
If you were to save Nat, then I would believe you, and that would cue me that we're all going to vote Amanda.
I want to give individual immunity to Natalie.
Suddenly, Natalie, you are safe. 13th person voted out and the 6th member of our jury, Eric. The tribe has spoken. I think that is what you call a life lesson.
Now, at this point, many Big Brother fans may be asking, if Cirie is so good, how come she never won Survivor? Well, Cirie did have some good luck, but on the flip, she had some extremely bad luck too. One season, she put her torch down on the ground at camp. She just laid it down. And this guy, Terry Dietz, tripped over it and just started the pettiest argument ever on Survivor. Terry just wouldn't let it go, like she somehow did it on purpose, and he targeted Cirie. And his vote against her left the tribe deadlocked in a tie, and people could not convince him to change his vote, and he was just being a total petty Betty. So on Survivor Panama, Cirie was not voted off. There was a tie, and then she had to do a fire-making challenge, and she lost to the other person that was part of the tie. All of that because of where she laid down her darned torch at camp. It was crazy. But her absolute worst luck came on Survivor Game Changers. So Cirie was winning comps, and she had made it all the way to Final 6, only to have the worst luck ever seen on Survivor through no fault of her own. So that season, production was putting out advantages and immunity idols like they were candy on Halloween. It was crazy. Too many, in fact. So at this tribal council, Cirie did not have a single vote against her in the vote jar. No votes. But she was still evicted from the island.
If anybody has a hidden immunity idol and you want to play it, now would be the time.
Every night, I like to play for. I have another one. I would like to play from Aubrey.
I'm going to get on the immunity train and give you that.
I've got a legacy advantage.
So, any votes cast for Sarah, Troyzan, Aubrey, Ty will not count. You could not vote for Culpepper. He had immunity, which means Cirie.
This is me.
To this date, Cirie is the only castaway to be kicked off Survivor while getting not one vote cast against her. Jeff Probst even let her say the phrase, "the tribe has spoken," even though the tribe didn't speak against her. So it was this brutal irony.
Cirie, you want to say it?
The tribe has spoken.
All the remaining castaways stood up, gave her that standing ovation, her second one on Survivor, and she's the only player still to ever get a standing ovation as they exited the game. But if you want to see a true genius play a reality show game, you need to watch the show The Traitors Season 1. Cirie won the first season of the U.S. franchise, and she was brilliant and ruthless both. Her game was so good that almost no one thought she was a traitor when she was. And the one that did, Cirie managed to get her out of the game.
I got to stay under the radar. It's exhilarating.
There she is.
Brandy could have a little stinky eye on me. It is quite stressful, but you never let them see you sweat.
I love Cirie. Rachel, Cirie, and I have had an alliance since day one.
In this castle, Cirie is the one person that has been a constant for me. That's like my family.
If Andy is in support of you, and most of the people trust Andy, I think it gives you safety. I know that Cirie is a faithful.
You're my girl, so.
Cirie, I got you, I'm telling you.
I trust both of you.
Same.
I'm a faithful.
I'm a faithful.
I'm a faithful.
You know I'm a faithful. I know they are faithful.
Yes.
I don't think it's Cirie.
It's not Cirie. Cirie wouldn't do us like that.
Yeah, I love it when a plan comes together.
That one would hurt me.
To say that Cirie was brutal to the other players and even her own allies would be a huge understatement. Cirie made huge moves, took even bigger risks, and walked away with all of the prize money. Meanwhile, this game was designed so that multiple people could win together and split the pot. But Cirie took them all out one by one and kept all the cash for herself. Cirie had several alliances where everybody had agreed they'd split the pot. But in the end, she managed to get rid of every single one of them and got the whole fat stack of cash all for herself, betraying her allies in such a way that at the reunion show, they were just livid.
I think the three of us tried to solidify, honestly, it is what it is. All Black people get to the end pact in the final mission. And it was devastating, honestly.
Many fans and players disagreed with how Cirie played the game on The Traitors.
You played a fantastic game.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Andy.
Show of hands, who disagrees with how Cirie played the game? Ari.
She kept the people that she knew she could manipulate and that would drink her lemonade till the end.
Cirie would even betray her traitors' allies and kick them out of the game. And she had some alliances with Big Brother stars like Cody Califari.
My vote was for you, Cody.
Cody,
I love you all, so it is so not personal. I am a traitor.
Yes! Cody, I'm sorry. Inside, I am dying a little bit for Cody.
And also with Rachel Riley, who she later voted out despite being her ally.
I did vote for you, Rachel.
I'm hurt because I've been backstabbed by each and every one of you.
But the biggest fan criticism came from Cirie using people's personal lives against them. Some players had babies on the way, and Cirie convinced them to stick with her and that she would split the pot with them because she knew their family needed the money.
She hit below the belt a little bit.
Other people had some medical issues. One guy there was some kind of medical issue with his kid. Somebody else needed surgery, and they thought going along with Cirie would help them win money that they desperately needed.
Andy, have you been able to forgive Cirie?
I really thought because of the relationship that we built, you knew that I was having a kid on the way. You knew that I wanted top surgery, like gender affirming care. Like we talked about that stuff. So it was for sure painful.
Even crazier, Cirie actually got a player to quit the game at the end by using another person's family situation and talking about who needs the money the most, and talked somebody into just quitting, just giving up the game.
You felt that Cirie used your personal experience in order to get Ari to leave so that she could keep all the money?
Absolutely.
Yes.
I felt like Cirie stabbed me in the back, and then ultimately using my life to get Ari to quit in reference to my kids, she stabbed me in the chest.
She made it more on the who needs the money the most, talked about our personal lives, and I wasn't about to play that game.
Corey Califari said that he could not have done what Cirie did.
And Cody, what was your reaction to what Cirie did in the end?
Right? So it's a game, but the personal side of it is so hard to take out. And that's what I felt was
You're saying you
happening.
couldn't have done it.
I couldn't have done what she did.
On the reunion show, Cirie denied using other people's personal stories against them. She just said she knew their situations. I don't even know what she meant by that, but okay.
What did she do wrong?
I don't think I would have used people's families or like had those personal connections like that to persuade people that you're a faithful. That conversation, you did say, we have families on the way.
Yes.
Like,
No, I didn't. I said I know their situations.
In the end, The Traitors is a game where everyone knows there are traitors in the game. I mean, it's literally in the name of the reality show. And everyone signed up to play by those cutthroat rules. But there were a lot of bitter people upset that they were betrayed by a player in a game that was designed to have traitors turning on one another. I mean, they should have been warned, but just her level of ruthlessness took everyone by surprise. It was masterful. She could do a TED Talk on cutthroat reality show strategy. However, there were also some players that were impressed by Cirie's deceitful and masterful gameplay.
I'm curious, Kate, what was your reaction when you saw that final bit play out in the last episode?
I thought it was masterful on Cirie's part. I was not surprised Cirie was a traitor. I was happy for her to win. I think she deserved it.
Today, Cirie should be running circles around the other players in the Big Brother house, but she had been weighed down by an anchor named Jared. She is honestly still digging her way out of a hole that her son dug for them both. She warned Jared that he had a tendency to talk too much and reveal too many things, and it got him into trouble more than once, and then she was stuck trying to fill in the hole he had dug. He almost tanked both their games. And from watching Cirie play Survivor several times and then watching her on The Traitors, I can tell you she is a much bigger threat than anyone else in that BB25 house. They have no idea. If the house guests keep her, she may wind up winning it all. And I'd like to see it because they are completely underestimating her when in fact they should be terrified of her. Cirie Fields is nobody's fool. She is a killer, a reality show champion to the core. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. We hope you enjoyed these video clips. Come back soon for more Big Brother updates and news.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.